MTV, the youth division of the government propaganda arm of the military intelligence industrial complex, the very same network responsible for the transformation of a once flourishing free market of creative artists into a homogenized corporate Illuminati parade of talentless drivel, is unleashing its Divide and Conquer series based on white guilt.
Okay.
If you say the wrong thing, then suddenly you are a racist.
We've never had to internalize what white people have done in America, but here, you can't escape that.
You kind of get this feeling that things belong to you.
I'm getting uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
Hey, this is great. Let's get all uncomfortable together.
Jose Antonio Vargas appears to be regurgitating the work of brown-eyed, blue-eyed, white guilt founder Jane Elliott. In 2009, Karina Knoll of the LA Times reported that soon after Elliott became a controversial figure, she left her meager teaching job in Iowa to rake in an average of $7,000 per lecture from companies, colleges, and governmental institutions. The real numbers of crime statistics have steadily dropped according to FBI statistics, but the government brainwashing bureaucracy would have you believe the opposite. And so it goes for the poll numbers and obvious disintegration of racism in America. Now, a generation decades removed from the rampant racism of the 1950s is expected to feel guilt for a past most people their age can't even coherently explain. Rather than accept the government as the real progenitor of privilege, whether it's the prison industrial complex where almost 90% of 1 in 9 American black males are incarcerated for victimless, usually petty drug charges and forced into corporate slavery, or the massive crack infusion into black neighborhoods by the CIA, drug cartels, and big banks.
I'm letting you know right now that the establishment is using hip-hop to prime these kids for a life that's going to send them to prison, just like they did with me.
Or simply the millions of taxpayer dollars used to show recent presidents and their first ladies a good time. Those in power know true privilege. But Americans are supposed to believe that some snot-nosed 20-something mixed heritage white kid who probably comes from a middle-class family with struggles no different than the mixed heritage black kid he is supposed to have some upper hand on is the evil mastermind behind a system meant to keep other mixed heritage people down based on skin color. Here's a newsflash: racism is dead. Or at least it's been dying its natural last breath for nearly a couple of decades amongst the common people of America. Sure, it's alive and well within the militarized police and the downtrodden cities segregated by government policies, alive and well in the rhetoric of the mainstream news media.
There are too many white liberals in the media. And the reason they're not attacking Barack Obama is because of some type of white guilt. You think your ancestors may have owned slaves. You have no fact that your ancestors owned slaves, but the guilt is killing you.
Alive and well in White House talking
Another way
points.
of saying that is Trayvon Martin could have been me. There are very few African-American men in this country who haven't had the experience of being followed when they were shopping in a department store. That includes me.
The political classes are blatantly disconnected from the common reality. Americans of all stripes came together to wipe the scourge of racism from the American culture beginning in the 1970s. After shadowy elements of our own government gunned down our real leaders with what recent evidence reveals as a mixed bag of operatives and CIA MKUltra patsies. And now the Obama administration would have us divided and conquered. A new type of segregation is emerging. Americans are increasingly segregated by the content of their character. And approval of the characters inhabiting the power structure of the nation's capital is at a record low. For most Americans, things are tough all over, and under Obama's policies, getting tougher every day. The average American sure as hell isn't going to listen to a bitter illegal immigrant like Jose Antonio Vargas, clearly slinging the Cloward Piven divide and conquer strategy. So don't expect the majority of Americans to shoulder the blame. In the words of Bob Dylan, a musician from a bygone era when the First Amendment was revered, you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. There's a war on for your mind, America, and the first shots were fired long ago. John Bound for Infowars.com.